Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to Bhroman Braapsody. This is where we review cars and motorcycles. And today, we have a legend of the touring motorcycle space. This is the 2018 Honda Goldwing. And in today's episode, we're gonna talk about this bike, talk about a little bit of history about this bike, take it out on the road, for a spin, share my thoughts with you guys, talk about the cost of ownership, and assign it a Bhromance score. If you're new to Bhroman, give us a like and click that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. It's me, it's your boy Bro, and I'm your Bhroman. But this is a legend of the touring space. Honda introduced the Goldwing in 1974, and when it came out, it looked nothing like this bike. It was a flat four. It kind of set this motorcycle touring world on fire, because back in the day there weren't many touring bikes. So in 74 this was new, and this was cheap to maintain, easy to ride, smooth to ride, and comfortable. Then over the years they've evolved and added more and more. 1980 was the first year that the Goldwing came with the fairings and the bags and all of that. Before that it was just a bare bone bike. Now this bike has been around for almost 50 years now. In 2018 they came out with the 6th generation of the Goldwing. The design had changed, the front forks had changed. The weight is down by 90 pounds over the 5th generation. This bike weighs about 833 pounds wet. It has an 1833cc flat 6 shaft drive, electronically adjustable windshield, and you get 4 trim levels. You get the Goldwing and the Goldwing Tour, and then there's a DCT edition for both, which is pretty much your automatic. This is not the automatic, this is the 6-speed. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features, shall we? On the front we have these LED headlamps, daytime running lamps. The mirrors have the turn signals. How cool is that? On the sides you have the driving lights or the fog lights, and underneath here it does not have the traditional forks. It has this wishbone wizardry going on down here. The wheel doesn't go back and forth, it just goes straight up and down. That's really cool. And this has a 30.5 degree rake angle. What's the rake angle, you ask? Well, draw perpendicular from the steering column, follow the fork. That's your rake angle. Shorter rake angle, more nimble the bike is, and larger the rake angle, the more comfy it is at higher speeds, and such. Coming around to the side, do a cool little thing on this. So you want to stretch out your legs, and this is integrated here. So you want to stretch out your legs on long rides and you need highway bars. Well, pull these out, and these are a neat design. Boom! It also has wind deflectors for your body. That's so neat. And on long trips, what you need is music, and it's got you covered. It's got speakers right here. That's where you have the big flat 6, 1833 cc's, puts out about 120 horses and 125 pound-feet of torque. Moving down, this bike has the Two Brothers exhaust on it. Moving on to the side, it's got saddlebags. It's a bagger, of course. It doesn't come with the tour pack, but the current owner right now, he's got a Shad tour pack, which we don't have on right now. To open the saddlebags, you see this little button, press it, boom, it opens up to the side. Pretty spacious saddlebag. The one on the right is a little smaller than the one on the left, but these are pretty decent sized saddlebags with a little carpet down below. You have the tail lights and turn signals integrated into the saddlebags. These saddlebags cannot be removed, but looks pretty cool from the back, and the dual exhausts down below. This is the little section for your fuel tank, and this is a little storage space down here. You have a decent amount of space here, and this has Apple CarPlay, so that's your hookup for your Apple CarPlay. And now you're wondering, how do you open this fuel cap? You press it, nothing, huh? Well, there's a little trick. You go to the side panel on the right hand side. There's a button on top. Press it, it pops open, and hidden here is your fuel cap release button. You press that button there, and boom, it's open now. Now you can access your gas cap and you can fill it up, close it, boom, easy peasy. In this little panel down here, you have some more storage space. Throw some more things in there, boom. Now let's talk about the mirrors. It's got two beautiful well-sized mirrors, handlebar controls,
Here we have your passing lights on the top, on the left. Then you have your volume control, your windshield up or down, yeah. And then there are all these bunch of buttons that kind of replicate everything that you have down there, all the buttons. Then you have your horn and your turn signals. Moving on to the right hand side, you have your kill switch starter button, your riding modes, cruise control settings, and your hazards. Now let's turn this puppy on. No key. This has got keyless ignition, no keys needed. Turn it on. Let's see what the screen pops up. Boom, the beautiful Goldwing logo. Haha, I like it. I like graphics, man. I love it. So there's that. You have the screen with analog displays on either side. On your left hand side is your analog speedometer with your lights for cruise control and whatnot. And to the side you have this little digital display. What does it give you? Air temperature, odometer, fuel range, and it also has a digital fuel gauge. Moving to the right, you have your analog tachometer with lights for neutral and hill assist and a bunch of other warning lights on the other side. It's also got that digital display. It gives you which gear you're on and the riding mode. Look a little further to the right though. There's this little thing here, little display. It tells you your kickstand's on. Like if you have a kickstand down, it'll tell you that stands down. That's pretty neat. That's a good thing to have. Now these are your buttons, your main controls. So you have audio source, navigation, phone, vehicle settings, and audio settings. And you can toggle through these using that round navigation joystick. Under your sound settings, you can go and play around with all of these settings if you want. As for the navigation, let's check out the map. Well, okay, cool. This looks like a cool little map. I like it. I like it. Now on top here, we have this little thing. Oh, dang, it pops up. Okay, so this is for your air vent of sorts to get you some air or save you some air for wind buffeting and whatnot at highway speeds.
Do you guys know what time it is?
It's ride o'clock. Let's go. Let's ride fast and take chances, as the professor says.
Alright, so if you guys are new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week and your support would mean a lot. Let's go start this puppy up. Alright, so let's do our first test. Let's make a couple of U-turns and see how this puppy maneuvers, shall we? Let's go, let's go. Oh damn. Dang. 830 pounds and it just doesn't feel its weight in these like little U-turns. This is cool. Which means it's time to do our second test, the pull test. Let's see how this puppy pulls, shall we? Well, let's go ahead, put it in sport mode, and let's go. I wasn't expecting this bike to do what it just did. It's got a nice pull to it, a very nice pull to it. I even bounced out the rev limiter once. I love it in sport mode. It's all it wants to do is have fun. Check this out, going around a corner, you lean in, give it gas, and it just goes. Alright, enough of your stupidity. Can we change modes on the fly? Of course we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in rain mode. Now in rain mode, I'm in 4th gear. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it does exactly what rain mode is supposed to do. Give it gas and it's nice and slow. The power comes on nice and slow. It doesn't want you to be doing stupid stuff, so it's nice and gentle and so cool in rain mode. It's like a different beast altogether. Just a few minutes ago it was acting a fool, but now it's all cool and gentle and very refined. Alright, the brakes are awesome. Comes to a stop, no problemo. I'm 5'10", 31-inch inseam, and I can flat-foot it quite easily, no problem whatsoever. And yeah, it's an 830-pound bike, so you might think it's heavy, but no, when you're stopped, it stays upright. It's not leaning one way or the other. It doesn't feel top heavy at all. I mean, it's the design of this motorcycle and the engineering that all the weight of the bike is down low, so it just doesn't feel like you're having any issues whatsoever. We can do this, move the windshield up, move it down. Yeah, boy. First impressions of this bike: my seating position is awesome. My feet are comfortable. The handlebars are pulled back and relaxed. The windshield does an amazing job of wind protection. Now this is an aftermarket windshield. The stock windshield that comes on the Goldwing is like a teensy bit here. This is an aftermarket part, so does a great job of wind protection. I'm not feeling any wind on my upper body, lower body, wherever. I love the sound of this bike, man. It sounds so smooth and it rides so smooth. The suspension is awesome. It really is. It's eating up all of these bumps on the road like it's no problemo. The seat. I love the cut of the seat. It's a deep cut, nice support for your lower back, tailbone, and you're just chilling. Is this a good bike for daily commuting? Well, yeah, I guess you could. I mean, it's comfortable. It's got a lot of storage space. You can get up to 50 miles a gallon, so yeah, it would be great for commuting. Now it's a little wider than your normal bike. So if you live in California or one of the states that allows lane splitting or whatever, you might have to consider, I don't know, we don't do lane splitting here in North Carolina, so I don't really know how this would do in a lane splitting kind of situation. Now, can you use this bike for touring? That's the whole point of this bike. This is the bike that started and defined the luxury touring motorcycle category. You can go touring with all of your amenities, heated grips, you could get heated seats, you're comfortable, you got navigation, speakers, sounds, anything and everything. Yeah, this is great for touring. This is what this bike is built for. This is the bike's purpose, is to go touring. See, I'm in tour mode and I'm on 4th gear, doing about 50 miles an hour, a little less than 3,000 revs, and if I give it gas, it still wants to go. Now, it's not as fun or as crazy as it was in sport mode. Now, sport mode, to be completely honest with you guys, it's a lot of fun, but it's also a little bit jerky. Like, it just wants to keep going and keep going. But that's sport mode. Alright, so I got sidetracked there. So, is this a good bike for beginners? No. First of all, this bike has a sticker price of about 25,000 US dollars. Weighs about 833 pounds, so yes, it's quite heavy, and it's got a good amount of power to it, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, definitely not a beginner bike.
The Goldwing requires a service every 4,000 miles or a year, whichever comes first, and the oil change is at every 8,000 mile interval. So the first oil change is at 4,000, then the next one would be at 12,000, and then so on and so forth. However, there's a bunch of things that need to be inspected and changed from time to time on each of these services. So depending upon how many miles you have on the bike, your cost is gonna vary. Like for the 16,000 mile service, you have to change the spark plugs and the air filters or the air cleaners, and the air cleaners, replacing the air cleaners is like a 3-hour job, because the filter is placed somewhere in the middle of the bike, and to get to that you have to remove a bunch of panels and all of that fun stuff. And the price range for these services could be anywhere from $300 to about $650. The tires on this motorcycle should last you about 10,000 miles. A lot of it's going to depend upon how you ride it. The more you rip it, the sooner the tires are going to go. A set of tires for this bike, front and rear, should cost you about $650. So your cost of maintenance over a 2-year period, assuming you ride 5,000 miles a year, you're gonna need 2 services and a set of new tires. And I'm just gonna take an average cost of the services. The 2 services should run you around $950, and a set of new tires, that's $650. That's a total of $1,600. Divided by the number of days, it's about $2.20 a day. Let's assign it a score, shall we? On the looks, it's an 8.5 out of 10. On the Braap, it's an 8.5 out of 10. On the comfort, it's a 9.5 out of 10. And on the maintenance, it's an 8 out of 10. For a combined Bhromance score of 8.6 out of 10.
Now this bike is for the person who wants a comfortable long distance touring motorcycle, relatively low maintenance, is very smooth, and they really don't care for the V-twin sound, the chugga 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 and all of that. They just want something that's smooth, that's comfortable, and to be honest, something that looks like a little bit like a spaceship. There's a lot to love about this bike. It's very comfortable, it's great for touring, it's pretty nimble and agile, the balance is cool, you get great fuel economy.
Keep your knees in the breeze, and I'll see you soon. Bro out.